Hey there, it's me again. One more thing. I spoke just a little bit ago about tapping into the body and getting wisdom. And funny enough, a client shared a story with me and I thought it was definitely worth sharing. She came to me because she was at that point in her life where she's at a crossroads, that breakdown before the breakthrough, hitting that next glass ceiling. And she's a very successful management type person, but she had been in a role for long enough, and in that stagnant space I spoke about yesterday, long enough where it started to make her question herself and break down her ability to see her value, because she was being prompted to move on. She was outgrowing her position. And in that, sometimes there's a power struggle. There's the knocking each other down on why it's not working. And yeah, it's not working, but it's not, it's usually because the situation has outgrown one or both of you. It's time to move on, right? So this happened, and her self-esteem was low, and she was looking for another job, and we were working together and brought her back to old beliefs from childhood that were keeping her stuck, and in teenage years, releasing that locked up energy that was showing up in her body, and really empowering her to love herself, to nurture herself, to connect again with her body. Because when we have that trauma and that built up energy in our body, what happens is we disconnect. Who wouldn't want to disconnect from pain? Even if we don't understand what the pain is, we want to make it go away, whether it's with painkillers or mind-altering medications, pharmaceutical, or even plant medicine. If we're escaping from our natural well-being and our natural joy, peace, and freedom, then there's something going on inside that we can actually release. It doesn't have to stay stuck in there. Okay, so that's one thing, is energy gets stuck and it causes pain until we release it. So she goes and she applies for a couple of jobs and gets a couple of offers. One of them jumped out first, and then as she tapped into her body, she realized that there was something that just wasn't right. So she put a toe in the water, and sure enough, it exposed itself on why it wouldn't support where she is and where she's going. So very cool. She listened. She took herself out of the situation, took a leap of faith again. Now she's not working, so it's a big leap of faith, and really gets an opportunity to make a difference that really speaks to her core values, her passion, her purpose, and she has to make an investment. She's going to have to bring something to the table that really knocks their socks off. And there was still a part of her that, now you take everything you know from this point, from up to this point, and we bring it with us. And some of the things that we bring with us are the story and the baggage that was wrapped around the wonderful gift that we received, right? We learn a lesson, and there's all these yucky pieces, tentacles that are still hanging on. And so sometimes we can bring beliefs like, they didn't like me because they thought I was too out there. I was too big. I was too outspoken. Just use that as an example. And then we bring that and we shrink in the next situation. But the reason we didn't fit in that situation is because we were this expansive person and they couldn't handle it. Therefore, life has the opportunity for you, right? There's that next place calling you that just allows you to expand and be all of who you are. So she still had that a little bit running in the background, not even realizing it. And so she loves her job. She's feeling so good. She's getting this positive feedback. She's been given the opportunity to take these things and run with them and really just develop in a way that shows her creative side. And then all of a sudden she started getting this ache in her thumb to the point where she couldn't even move it. And she's like, oh goodness, like what is going on now? Like I'm working on my nutrition. I've released the inflammation in my body, and it feels like it's arthritis. Should I go to the doctor? I don't know. Should I make an appointment? It's getting worse. And then she stopped. And she said, wait. Let me just check in with what my body is telling me. So she starts just checking in and slowing down and doing her breathing and checking into her thumb. And what she got was that she's holding back, literally, figuratively, right? So she's literally gripping in fear on if she shows them all of who she is, then she may end up where she was in the last position. And what it revealed when she went deeper in was that she's being called to show all of who she is. That this is the thing that's going to make the difference. This is the thing that they recognized in her that they wanted more of. So even in the other position, as soon as she started to question herself, she started to shrink. So the very essence that they were attracted to started to go away. Now, the approach all around in that situation didn't support her to let that part of herself out. But now she has a whole new opportunity. She has absolutely nothing to lose. It's not like she has behind her belt and she says, well, I just put this much in and it was for waste. It was a waste of time and blah, blah, blah. She can now intentionally show up all the way, which is really scary and really, hard for many of us, because sometimes we think we're